All right, you guys, this is Fam Jam Team Call on October 7th. We're going to talk a little bit today about how to onboard a new coach. And before we get into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about fourth quarter and what that looks like kind of going into your business. This is the first fourth quarter for a lot of us. So we're just going to kind of look at what the fourth quarter is and how we can really approach it to really set us up for next year. So before we do that, does anybody have any recognition that they want to dive into? I will apologize now. I'm a coughing maniac today. I just want to shout out Tara, Shara, and Trish. You guys were the leaders with SC last month. You guys crushed it. So proud of you guys. Legit top two Success Club earners, including like out of everyone, Jared and I included. You guys are the top two Success Club earners on the team. So huge shout out to you guys. That is, it's pretty incredible. So it's not easy, and it's definitely getting out of your comfort zone to be able to talk to that many people and have that many challenge packs and lives changed. So super cool. Congrats, guys. Okay. I was on a leadership call today, and this wasn't going to be part of what I was talking about today, but it really just kind of struck a chord with me, and I was like, I love every bit about what's kind of being spoken about, and I really just thought it fit really nicely into what I want to talk about tonight. So I kind of want to bring a little bit of that into this call. I was talking with Arnaud from corporate, and he gave us some really great insight into the fourth quarter and what that looks like in our business. And I had mentioned that it is the first fourth quarter for a lot of us in this business. And oftentimes we go into the fourth quarter and we can feel very defeated. Oftentimes we can go into the fourth quarter feeling like we've got this because we've already hit our goal for the year. And maybe we feel like we're sailing, like we're kind of cruising. The fourth quarter for a lot of coaches is the time that can make or break their business. And regardless of where you're at, whether you feel defeated or whether you feel like you're winning, you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit and you kind of sit back because holidays are coming, Thanksgiving's happening, you've got shopping happening, more parties are going on. You just have a lot more stuff happening in life in general. And a lot of people feel like they're in a really great spot. So I asked all of you while we were waiting to kind of write down your goals and what goal it is that you're working towards. If you guys don't mind sharing and you want to pop it in the chat, whatever goal it is that you're working towards right now, that would be awesome. But I love it. A picture, that works great too. Tish. So for the first 3 quarters, we have set these goals. Love it, Tara. We've been setting these goals, and if you think about it, you can think about Kilimanjaro. And one of the employees at Beachbody Corporate just went there, and she had been working for years and years and years to get there, and she finally went and climbed. If you think about the Eiffel Tower, if you think about the Opera House in Sydney, you can think about all these landmarks, all these places. And as you think about them, you may or may not visualize yourself being there, but I'm sure there's some sort of landmark that you've envisioned going to someday. And I love the analogy of thinking of that and putting it into your business. We have these goals that we've set for ourselves, and we think about getting to these goals all the time. And we've never actually been there, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. And it doesn't mean that you can't achieve it. It doesn't mean that you can't get there. It just means that it's a place that we've never been before. And we're going to get there. But the first 3 quarters of this year, if you've been with us for that long, however long you've been in this business, whatever we've been doing, it it seems like oftentimes we just continue doing that thing. And so I want everyone to, like right now, cross your arms. Just cross your arms. You're sitting wherever you are. Trish, you gotta put your phone down to cross your arms. So this is how we've been in the first 3 quarters of our business, or for however long we've been running our business. And I want you to try to cross your arms the other way. Uncross your arms and cross them the other way. How awkward does that feel? That's how we're gonna attack the 4th quarter. We are gonna flip things around, and we're gonna flip them upside down. And it's gonna feel awkward and it's gonna feel weird, and we're gonna have to like kind of figure it out and think about it and be like, wait, but this feels way more comfortable than whatever this is, right? So that's how we're gonna approach the 4th quarter. And what I want you to do with your goals that you've written down on that piece of paper is I want you to take it. Here's mine. Just gonna write mine first. And I want you to crumple it up. And I want you to throw it away. It's gone. Because what I want you guys to really visualize is the place you've never been before, and to really not forget, but like the first 3 quarters of this year is not what's setting you up for the 4th quarter. The 4th quarter is setting you up for 2020. The 4th quarter is setting you up for the 1st quarter of next year. And so we're going to throw that away, because I want to give you permission. If you feel like what you've been doing hasn't been working, I want to give you permission to let go of it. And that permission to just be like, okay, forget working so hard towards this goal that I've been working with my arms crossed the same way for however long I've been doing it. And I feel like it's just not working, or I'm not getting there, or I feel like I've already gotten to where I want to go. And now what? I'm good. I can cruise. I can wait till 2020 to set that next goal. We're going to throw all of that out the window, and we're going to reset those goals, aligning them with what feels good for you. And oftentimes we set goals that maybe are a little bit scary, which is great. Excuse me. But sometimes they put so much pressure on us having this goal of whatever it might be that it actually keeps us small. And so I just want to reevaluate where we're at as a team and where you're at in your business with your goals. And so we're going to rewrite what your goal is right now for the 4th quarter. And if it's the same, that's great. But if you feel like that goal was not serving you, then let's change it. Or if you feel like that goal is too small and you're not dreaming big enough because you can't see it, because you've never been there before, I want you to dream bigger. And so for us, we put a challenge out to the team the other day in the Facebook group. And that's kind of where we're at in terms of our goal. Our goal for the team is 100 coaches in FamJam Empire by the end of this decade, which sounds crazy, but that's only 3 months away. 100 coaches. And when we break that down, we already have 22 people in FamJam Empire. You break that down, it's not a lot, really, when you think about it. I know when I first said it, I was kind of like, that's a big one. I don't know about it. But I really, truly believe that all of us have what we need to do to uncross our arms and to be able to really get into the swing of things into this 4th quarter, to figure out whatever it is that hasn't been working, or to really amplify those things that have been working in our business to reach those goals. So I love it. Everyone's kind of writing this stuff down.
Yours is right on the whiteboard behind you.
What's that?
It's right on the whiteboard behind you.
100 coaches by 2020. Yes, I've written it on the whiteboard because I need it everywhere. Jared's here.
Hi, guys.
And so with this goal in mind, this is kind of where I want to talk about how to onboard a new coach, because what happens is oftentimes we get stuck in the I don't knows, and we get stuck in the I don't want to onboard a coach, really. I don't even want to invite to my team because, one, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to bring someone on. I don't know what that looks like. And I think for most of us, we know what it looks like to onboard a new client because we've all been a client. We've gotten the welcome email and we've got added into the Facebook group, and we know Beachbody On Demand. We know how to find it. We know how to figure all of that out. But in terms of onboarding a coach, I feel like sometimes our confidence just isn't there because we're a little bit unsure. And so what we've done is we've pulled together how to onboard a new coach in the FamJam training site. It is updated. It is in there. If you have not completed step 1, 2, and 3 of the FamJam Training Empire or Training Academy, you don't have access to this yet. So finish step 1, 2, and 3, and you will gain access to it. Everyone should be there by the end of this week for sure. Yes, Danielle, thanks for jumping on. I know you were busy. Okay, have fun. I know that this is really going to help a lot of people. So I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how to onboard a new coach. And then this is here as a reference to you. And it is also there's a reference to any new coaches that come on board. So you can help with that duplication and that system. And that's the whole point, is just establishing a system within your own business that's going to help you duplicate what you're doing and duplicate your success. So this is the system that we are launching, we are running with. So I'm just going to share my screen here and show you guys exactly what it is. Does anyone have any questions before I move on to it? If you do, just pop them in the chat. I have to find it. Okay. You guys see my screen there? Oh, 1 second. Can someone nod yes if you can see my screen? Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, I couldn't see everyone's face. Okay. So on where you're gonna go, I'm gonna show you guys where to go. First of all, it's famjamwellness.com. This is our website with Training Academy. So if you click on the Training Academy, I'll just back it up here for you guys. Step 1, 2, and 3 is what you need to complete. Step 3 is updated. There will be a password that you have to enter here, but I've already entered it, which is why it takes me here. So there is Emerald Coach Training, which is updated. Social Media Basics is updated. We are adding in here third-party tools as well, so stay tuned for that. But how to onboard a new coach, this is what I really want to talk about. So we have it set up into like 4 steps on how to onboard a new coach. If you guys have questions, just unmute yourself because I can't see the chat. First thing is when you welcome or when you have a new coach come on board, you want to send them a welcome email. So what we've done is I've just put everything into a Google Doc. And from here, you guys can kind of copy and paste this and make it your own. But I really want to highlight a couple of things throughout the email and why it's there. If you are kind of adjusting things based on how, whatever your wording is, like you can switch it up for sure. So welcoming them, letting them know that you're excited. Sorry, hopefully I can get through this. And then the part in bold is really important. We're proud of you for taking charge of your life. From now on, things are going to be different for you and your family. We truly believe you have what it takes to be in this business. That's a really, really, really important part of this email. It's ensuring and confirming with the new coach that they've made a good decision, that this decision is going to change their life. It can change their life. We've all seen it happen to us, and that we believe in them. And those are really key, important things. So if you are adjusting this in any way, just make sure you have that component in your email. I always like to link them to our Facebook accounts, both of us, because sometimes they're only following one of us and not the other. Or sometimes I've had them on Instagram and they're not on Facebook. And since we run our groups on Facebook, I want to make sure that they're connected to us on Facebook. So link your account in here. If you don't know how to do that and you have, you're copying this, if you insert link and then you can link it to your Facebook account, type in your Facebook, go to your profile, and then you're just going to copy the URL at the top, and then you're going to highlight this and click the link, and you can insert the new link. Okay. I link them to our accountability group so that they're a part of it. And I also let them know that there's a team call happening at 8 o'clock and the team page and where they can find it. Again, this is linked to our FamJam Empire page, okay? There's 4 steps that they can take right now as a coach. I let them know this, that they are officially registered for the training academy. I want them to get started on training right away. I kind of like go through it with them. To access the training academy, again, this is linked. You don't have to change that. It's already there. The password is included for them so that they can get started as well. Step 2 is scheduling a getting started right call with you as their coach. So once they've completed step 1, now this is where they can go into a getting started right call. This link here, I have this linked to, it's called Acuity Scheduling. So people can go in there and see my schedule and they can book a call with me based on the times that I've listed. You don't have to have this, so you can take this piece out and you can just say, to schedule a getting started right call. You can call me, text me, message me, email me, whatever the best form of method to get a hold of you is. Or you can set up your schedule on Acuity Scheduling as well. It's pretty simple if you guys want to do that. You get an email when someone books an appointment with you. And I always ask them to complete the getting started checklist that they will see on the FamJam Empire training site. So as soon as they go there, there's a checklist. Have that printed out because that's what I'm going to go over with them on the getting started right call, which is coming up next. Okay. I want them to register for any events. So this link here takes them to Coach Summit because that is the biggest event. But make sure you let them know if there's any local events that are happening or upcoming. If there is yeah, that's okay. If there's a local event in your area, or if we're close to a Super Saturday, make sure that they know what that is all about. And then step 4 is just continuing to step 2 of the training academy and letting them know that there are different steps on the training academy. The last thing that I really think is important on this email is that you ask them, what's the one thing you think might hold you back in being successful in this business? Now, this part here is where I will reply back. And I haven't done this piece yet, but I've heard this. This is one of our takeaways from Summit that I wanted to apply in our new emails was now I can recommend a personal development book based on what they think might be holding them back in the business. And that's kind of where they'll start on personal development. Because a lot of people, I know for myself, I did not do any personal development when I first started. One second. I didn't do any personal development before I was a coach. So for me, that's an important piece. If I know what they feel like is holding them back, I can recommend a better book. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just shooting at the stars when I'm like, hey, try this book, right? So really have that. Okay. Next, we have our, sorry, I have to find the actual tab. We have our sample welcome email. So you can copy that one directly, switch the links out, and then save it in another Google Doc or save it as a draft. So that's super simple to send out to people. A sample welcome video. We're actually incorporating a video into our welcome email, and it's just going to be a link to a video that I've uploaded to YouTube. So this is optional, but I feel like it just gives a good touch, and it's super simple to get you started with video and really getting comfortable in front of the camera. You can open a Zoom meeting like this, and you can hit record, and you can record yourself speaking. What I like about that is if you don't like it, you can do it again. But once you hit record, if you hit end meeting, then the video will automatically be saved to your computer. You can go to YouTube, create a channel, and then you can upload it into your YouTube channel. This now you'll have a link for that video, and you can put that into an email or you can send it in a message to people. What's nice about a video is that you can really get your emotion across. You can really get that excitement across. And this is something that when you do the video once, you can send it out to 100 people. You don't have to redo this all the time. And you will have a lot of coaches that sign up and then quit in like 7 days. You have no idea, you can't tell. You'll have a lot of coaches that sign up that you think, maybe won't do anything, but they're going to be your top coaches. You have no idea what's going to happen, but the thing that I really want everyone to implement is having a system that you don't have to physically do this video or share this message every single time live. Okay, this is just going to save you a ton of time in the end. So we've put a script together. You guys can kind of follow this script loosely when you're doing your video. Just make it like a 3-minute video, and then that way you can save it and you always have it. Again, a lot of this is what's already in the email, but we're just going to reiterate it because people learn differently as well. So some people love the script, some people love video. So congratulating them on their decision to be a coach. Understanding that in the coming weeks, they're really going to learn the process of helping everybody, and that's really the core of our business, is helping people. Knowing that it does take time, effort, and consistency to get the results. Where we're going to start with step 1 in the training academy, where they can find it, that they can download their checklist, print it out. Again, you guys can kind of go through this, but the most important thing is just making sure that they're plugged in where they need to be plugged in, and that they can see your excitement for having them join your team. So that's the sample welcome video. Getting started right call. Now, we've done a script for the getting started right call. I'll go through the script with you guys, but essentially what you want people to do is when they come on, they're doing the training on the FamJam Training Academy. They're doing step 1, step 2, and step 3, and they are then getting on a getting started right call with you. Now, after step 1, I will schedule a getting started right call with any of my coaches. I just need them to go through step 1, and then you can set up that call whenever you want. The key here is really just having this set up as soon as possible. Really getting it in both your calendars. So on your getting started right call, I kind of broke it down into steps on here as well, what your objective is and the time spent on this. I feel like for me in the beginning, my getting started right calls could go on for like an hour and a half because I just started talking about life. And we got like way off topic, but the getting started right call is really to be like narrowed in and really specific on what they're to do. Your new coaches are craving direction. They want to know what to do, what's next. And so this is really going to help them to do that. So 1, again, validate their decision. They will have so many people, once they decide to become a coach, tell them that this is not the thing they should be doing because the other person is scared of the decision that they have made, because the other person is not ready to take such a leap. So knowing that this validation is super, super key, and having a new coach be able to take off in their business and believe in themselves. So be proud of them for taking charge of their life. A really important thing, again, and we've reiterated this before, is from now on, things are going to be different for you and your family. We truly believe you have what it takes to be in this business. And I believe that. I believe everyone that we welcome onto our team has what it takes to be in this business. It's not just the line. If I didn't think that anyone had what it takes to be in the business, I wouldn't suggest it for them. So again, the objective is to help them release any fear or doubt about their new venture. And if they have a little bit of fear or doubt, like it's okay if they bring it up at this point and you kind of address that with them and help them to kind of like ease their anxiety a little bit about, or any fears that they might have. Step 2 is setting the expectation. This is so important, and I didn't do this for the longest time. I don't think a lot of people have done this in their business, but I think it's really important because oftentimes you almost feel responsible for the success of the coaches that you have brought onto your team. And you cannot be responsible for the success of the coach that you've brought onto your team, because ultimately they're responsible for how they're showing up in their business each and every day. You can't do the work for them. And this is really just reiterating that. So if you succeed in this business, it's going to be you who creates the success, not me. If you fail in this business, it's going to be you who creates the failure, not me. You are going to be the difference between success or failure. I'm here to guide you, but I can't do it for you. I'm here to work with you, but not for you. Oftentimes, I would walk into a getting started right call and I would say, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. It's going to be you and me, and we've got this, and I'm going to help you all the way. And those words, that statement oftentimes left people feeling like I didn't do enough for them because they didn't reach their goals. And so this is really just kind of turning that lens and allowing them to see that I will guide them. I will give them all of the tools. I will support them as much as I can, but ultimately it comes down to them to be able to grow their business. So my job is to become independent, is for you to become independent from me as quickly as possible. Do you agree that's a good goal? Like, have them reiterate that that's a good goal. Having your coach become independent from you as quickly as possible is building new leaders. And building new leaders is essentially what you want to be doing in this business. The next part, and I love this because we've all been through this, you're going to have ups and downs as you build your business. There will be good times and bad times. I'll know when you're in one of the bad times because I won't see you on team calls. You aren't asking questions. You aren't showing up on social media. When this happens for you, as it will for everyone, reassuring them that, how do you want me to handle that? Should I leave you alone, or do you want me to be persistent and remind you why you started? This just gives you permission, right? So the objective here is that we're setting our boundaries, but this really gives you permission to be able to get into their inbox when they're not showing up. Instead of going, I don't want to bug them, or I don't want to bother them, or I don't want to feel like I'm pushing them. You are an accountability partner for them, and this is really going to help to guide you based on how they want you to show up for them as a mentor and as a leader for them. So this is a really important question to be asking as well. Step 3, there's just a checklist here. So this is really good to kind of go through this checklist. This is the 2-page document that I was talking about on the training website. So again, your getting started checklist. Print that off, and we're basically kind of going through that with them and making sure that they have it filled out. So what programs, what products, personal development, again, replying to that welcome email so that you can recommend a book for them, using third-party tools, just ensuring that they know that they don't have to know everything, especially at the beginning. Make sure they're connected with you through the chat, through the Facebook page. They understand what calls we have. They know how to log into their coach office, inform them of their next upcoming event. And you guys, a lot of this is repeated, which is the whole point because things will get missed throughout all of it. And then I talk about 2 ways to earn money. And this is really just, it's like a really quick and basic understanding of what the compensation plan is, knowing that your effort is like the retail side of things. That's the first way that you're going to earn income, from finding customers and helping customers get success. That's like a retail commission that you will get. The second one is the team bonus, and that's based on helping other coaches have success. The team bonuses for most of the top coaches is where a large portion of their income comes from. Is through those team bonuses and not the retail side of things. So while we do both, it's just understanding that both clients and coaches are really important to your business. So ensuring that they have a basic understanding of those 9 things. The next thing is setting their first goal. I kind of like walk people into their first goal and having them, helping 3 people get started on their journey with a challenge pack. That's 3 challenge packs, which is Success Club 5. And achieving the first rank in the compensation plan of Emerald Coach. They're not really going to know what that is, but we're going to help them through the training to kind of get there and ask them if that sounds okay. Likely, most people will say, sure, sounds great, or you can help them kind of through that, but have them write it down. And then we're going to help them through the training to really get their first win. So lastly, you're going to assign them specific tasks. Again, reiterating everything that's been in the welcome emails and the welcome video, making sure that they complete the training. Try to do the training in 5 days. Like, try to get it done and over with. Otherwise, it just becomes this like lingering cloud that people feel pressure and anxiety to complete it. There is an online form when people complete their training, which I can show you in a second. And that form actually sends an email, and we will make sure that you guys get that email forwarded to you when they complete it so that you know when they've completed it. The last thing that I want to leave people with on the call, and something that they like tangible they can take away besides the training, is that I want them to craft a post for social media to tell people what they're up to without using the name of Beachbody or the products. Share a story of why you decided to take this jump and what is exciting you about it. Then I'm going to ask them to tag me in that post so that I can comment on it, I can like it, I can share it, I can do whatever I want to do with that post, but really just giving them a lot of love and support and encouragement, because that first post is really scary for a lot of people. So again, people are just really looking for direction on what they need to do to get started. So on step 2, I'm just going to show you here. It's going to tell me I have the wrong password. Oh, I did it. There's a form. So they can fill out this form once they've completed step 2. That's the form I was talking about. All right, so dive into this training academy a little bit. Make sure you understand what's there, what each of the actual steps are, and making sure that you kind of know how you can help your new coach as they get started. Last but not least, stop sharing my screen too soon. Support and follow up. This is a piece that is really important. So we are going to actually open up a brand new monthly chat. For now, it's on Facebook. We may move it over to like WhatsApp or something. But we're going to do a new coach chat, because sometimes putting them into the Fam Jam chat, they feel a little bit lost. And I think in the new coach chat, people can feel comfortable knowing that everyone's new in that space, and that can really help them because everyone will really be talking about the training. So that'll be a really focused chat, and we can add people in there at any point in the month as they go through the training. They can ask their questions in that chat group. Again, just knowing those assignments that people are going to be asked so that you can kind of hold them accountable throughout that training process. I would set a reminder in your phone to follow up with your new coach in 5 days, 15 days, and 30 days. So following up with them within 5 days, making sure that they are plugged in where they need to get plugged in, that you have a Getting Started Right call booked, or if you haven't had it already, that it is booked. On the 15 days, again, just kind of like that mid-month check-in of like, where are you at? How are we feeling? What conversations are you having? How can I help you? What are you struggling with? And then 30 days again as well, just making sure that they've gone through everything that they need to go through and helping them with any questions as they go through. Really make sure that you know what their why is. It's one of the first things they have to do in the training academy and send it to you. So reminding them of their goals every time that they feel like they're struggling or they feel like it's just not good enough or it's not working, really coming back to their why will help them to kind of ground them and know that it's okay. Like pour that belief back into them that we've all kind of been there. We've all had those thoughts. But when they get to the point where they struggle at some point or they start to doubt themselves, knowing their why is what's going to help you to help them get through that moment. Recognize your new coach as much as possible, especially in the beginning. If they did their first post, recognize it in the chat. You can say, hey, they have their post up, like go love it. Ask the team to go love on their stuff too. We're all here to kind of help them. It doesn't have to be just on you. Celebrate them, recognize them on a team call when they sell their first challenge pack or by sending them a message. If they hit Emerald or they achieve Success Club, recognize them for anything. You can use their picture or you can make a quick graphic in Canva. But especially when they hit Emerald, to recognize them on their own personal Facebook page is really great because it shows the people who are watching them. It kind of builds that trust for other people when someone recognizes you for the achievements and the success that you're having in your own business. And then people start to go, oh, hey, the thing that this person's talking about is actually legit. So it gives them some credibility with their audience too. Make sure that you're following them on social media and that you ask them to tag you in your posts. You can get really busy with your own stuff. You can get really busy with your, excuse me, with your feed and trying to like build your business. And sometimes you can miss some of those posts. So asking them to tag you in your posts and your stories can really help you to like and comment on their posts, but also in your stories so that you guys can start sharing stories back and forth and really helping to build that community because people want to see community. So remind them again that they just need to take action, understanding that they are not going to know everything in the beginning, and it's okay not to know everything in the beginning. There's plenty of time for training, and we'll get it in for sure. But that is that, you guys. That is how you onboard a new coach. I know I like blah, 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 for like 25 minutes. It sounds like a lot, but a lot of it literally is like copy and paste it into an email and you've got it. Make your video and you've got it. You've got them into the training and they're done. So what are the big eyes for, Patricia?
I was texting Tara and then she told me to pay attention. So I just got busted.
Eyes on, eyes on. But that's basically it. And just having the confidence to know that you can onboard anybody. Like it's simple when you have everything in place. So just take time to make sure that you have that in place. And if you have questions on it, as always, reach out to your PS coach. But do you guys have questions on that process, or is there anything that seems confusing to you? I love when you guys don't have questions.
Well, as much as it's believed that I was not paying attention, I actually was taking notes the whole time.
Look at you.
Contrary to popular belief, Tara.
I love it.
I don't have any questions though.
I don't think Patricia and I are allowed to be on calls together anymore.
Never.
All right, I'm going to end the recording because we don't have any questions, so I can get that posted in the chat tomorrow.